I was talking to a girl recently who wanted to produce art after she graduated college. And this got me excited because I love seeing people follow their passions or follow something that gets them excited. So I asked her, how come you aren't going for that? Because I could obviously tell by her face and her eyes that she definitely wanted to do this because it made her happy. And she started giving me this list of reasons of why she wasn't doing it. Not a safe stream of money, or fearful of her loved one's opinions, or she already had a job that was lined up for her. So instead of getting that part-time job and having the basic costs met and so she can pursue her creative pursuits, she ultimately just decided to work 40 hours a week on this job that she had. Stories like this make me cringe. They make my stomach drop. And here's my thought process of why I feel this way. Because what if she goes through this job and lives the rest of her life living up to those standards that she has placed on herself? Right? Maybe she'll have that small mental itch or that little voice inside her telling her to do something more, but she ignores it. Isn't it an interesting thought, though? Living life up to the standards that you personally have put on yourself. This is the reason why FitSoul.life is a mindfulness movement. It's a movement to give people the permission to step back and think mindfully for what you truly are thinking, and using those thoughts as feedback to help align yourself to do the work or be the person that makes your heart sing. And the way to do this is through free expression. And from what I've experienced in my interactions with people is that there are two forms of free expression. And of course, the best way to describe this is through a story. So I think dancing, in my opinion, is the best way to describe yourself or express yourself, really. But see, most people, most individuals sees dancing as something you do in a group of people or a group setting or something that you do at night when you're going out and having fun. So that's one way of expressing yourself. But see, a few of my friends wanted to challenge this, so we decided to start a dance party or attempt to start a dance party at our student center at school on a random Monday evening when everyone was doing homework or eating. And it was incredibly uncomfortable because I was sweating bullets mainly because I told myself for the past 23 years of my existence that this isn't how dancing works. I made this up in my mind and I had these invisible walls of how dancing was supposed to be. But once I got out there and I started dancing, very awkwardly, of course, the first minute went by, the second minute went by, and I saw people looking at me. And when I tried to catch their eyes, they would immediately put their heads down, almost like they felt awkward for me. And once I did this social experiment, I realized something. I put these invisible walls to help understand the world around me or help explain my own behaviors, which ultimately became my way of thinking. So, what we need to do is become very mindful of these things or these thought processes. After my attempt with the Monday night dance party, something changed inside of me. I started to express myself at a much higher frequency. I caught myself doing things mentally that I would want to challenge even further. The first one was acknowledging people's names when I was ordering coffee or eating out. How many times do you take time to acknowledge a server or a barista, right? Because whenever you're taking an order, you're so in your head that you don't even acknowledge the person as a human or an individual. And I wanted to start challenging that and allow myself to express that human connection. And becoming more mindful of these small things has opened the floodgates to free expression. And I've seen the biggest change internally with my personal pursuits of building really cool things, like my weekly podcast and the videos I do for you guys. And what I've realized is that there's no right or wrong way in this process. There's only your way. So for those who are watching, my hope is for you to have that mental confidence to express your truest self, regardless of your environment or what the environment's telling you. I've realized in pursuing my free expression or my truest self that I absolutely love cultivating human relationships. Because once you set out to do the things that you love, you see that what is important for you or what's the most important to you, you know? And that's what I love about expression, free expression. In the art of being mindful, remember this. There is true beauty in seeing those invisible walls and realizing that most obstacles or difficulties you have are all made up in your mind. Once you open the floodgates to your truest self or your free expression, you will experience life at such a higher frequency that just that thought makes me feel excited for you guys. And that's why I'm going to leave this podcast and the video with this one last question. And my question to you is, how would you like to express yourself?